Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
Hi, welcome back. When the woke mob talks tough, reality talks tougher. Here's a highlight reel of overconfidence, confusion, and instant regret, served with a generous splash of satire.
I'm gonna marry you, Haranam. Like, you have a beard. No one's gonna date you, Haranam. You have a beard. No one's gonna be your boyfriend, Haranam. You have a beard. You are not a preference to a lot of men. And then I'll get like really feminine men message me, but that's not who I'm attracted to. Hannah, I like really masculine men because I am very soft. I'm so different to what you see like on TV. You know, on TV.
I've never seen you on TV.
Maybe not, but no. Generally, you'll see, oh, she's strong. She's, you know, what she's talking about is very powerful. Whatever people say. But then at home, I'm very quiet. You know, I'm very feminine. I'm very soft. People don't get to see that side of me. You know. But no, it has been difficult. Where I wanted to be married and have kids, I would never be a single mom. That's not what I've ever.
She's got a beard and wants a husband. Finally, a Disney princess for the Viking reboot.
Does God love me?
Yeah, God loves you.
Then that's all that matters.
Well, listen, if your parents love you, but you make a decision to go do something illegal and you get thrown in jail, it doesn't matter if they love you or not, you're still in jail. So if God loves you, but you do something that separates you eternally from him, it doesn't matter that he loved you because you chose to do something that eternally separated for you from him. So yes, God loves you, but just because you're loved by God doesn't mean you're going to heaven.
But your shoes are...
God loves you, but he's still not giving you a Netflix password or a free pass to heaven.
Man can have a kid.
How?
Transgender. Your gender changes. You can have a kid. Google. Get out of my face. I'm not a transgender. I'm a...
When biology class skips you, confidence shows up anyway.
I was just walking down the street to go get my medication because I'm out and I need it for today. And I saw a woman walking her two kids and she had this look on her face. And I looked at her, we made eye contact, we both kind of nodded. Like we were both just devastated. And you could just tell in her eyes. I can't believe this country did this again. Why did I let myself have hope?
Two moms, one nod, infinite trauma. Over what? Unknown.
Are trans women women?
Yes.
Why are they women?
Because they want to be. I think that people can do whatever they want to be. People can be whatever they want to be.
Does that make it true though?
I think in the terms of being trans, yes it does.
If trans women are women, then what is a woman?
I think a woman is someone who feels like a woman.
What does a woman feel like?
Well, I don't think you would know. I know that I feel like a woman.
Because you are a woman.
Yes, exactly. You wouldn't know what it feels like to be a woman.
But how would a trans woman know what it feels like to be a woman?
Because they wouldn't feel like you, they would feel like me. You can't understand the difference unless you are.
But how would a biological man that identifies as a woman know that they are a woman?
Because they would feel like a woman.
What does feeling like a woman feel like?
They would feel like they're in the wrong body. They wouldn't feel like they wouldn't feel correct in who they are.
But if they feel like they're in the wrong body, does that mean that they are a woman?
If they feel like they would be better suited to a female body.
She feels like a woman because she said so. Case closed.
Gen Z is gonna get drafted. Like, no, not. And you know why I know that? Because we're just gonna say no. Like, how are they gonna actually force us to get up and go to war? We have things to do nowadays. We have to work, be bisexual, and we're also like really mentally ill. I have like 6 of these. What makes you think I'm qualified to have a gun within 600 feet of anybody, including myself? And finally, like, guns are like so tacky. Like, can you imagine just like pulling up with a gun? Like, that is so embarrassing.
Draft. Nah, Gen Z's too busy perfecting the art of the bisexual twerk.
And become a woman?
No.
No? What about a transgender?
If you want to become a lady but you're a man, you have something wrong in
Something
your mind. Something wrong in your family, something wrong in you.
What about if someone was non-binary?
Come again?
Non-binary? Like non...
He's saying we have never seen things like those. For a man, he has a... For a woman, he has a... So we know this is a lady, this is a man.
What if it's a woman with a penis?
Both?
Is that...
Far from woke, close to real. Basic needs over buzzwords every time.
Severely underestimated the amount of women around us who will never be able to stop seeking the approval and validation of the white men around them. And y'all really exposed yourself with the results of this election. These white women who voted against our interests, these are the women that we went to high school with, that we were best friends with in college, that we played sports with our whole lives. But they chose to listen to their dads. They chose to listen to their boyfriends or their husbands. They chose to put the interests of the white men around them in their lives above the interests of women, above the interests of minorities, above the interests of oppressed people. I will never be able to wrap my mind around that. You can be a highly educated woman, see how women around you are being treated, see how minorities around you are being treated, and still choose to value the opinion of the white men around you the most and vote for their interests. One of the most important women in my life married a rich white man, and she chose to vote for his interests instead of the interests of her 3 daughters. The silence from all of these women right now who could not bring themselves to vote for Harris, to vote for another woman in this election, is shameful, and we will not forget.
She's throwing shade so hard, I'm worried about a solar eclipse.
You define what a woman is.
A woman is a person who says she is. And let me just tell you one story about this, because when I was a child...
No, you're not going to tell me a story. We're not doing that right now. It's not story time.
Yeah, it is story time, because when I was a child, I was
it's not. I'm going to reclaim my
boy.
time. Be quiet. I'm going to reclaim my time right now. Biological women are real women. A guy born as a man who wants to pretend to be a woman and put him in his big gym and the twins in the locker room with girls, or his little gym and twins, by the way, is disgusting. I have a daughter. She turned 14 last year. I took her to a store called Aerie for her birthday. We went shopping for an hour in downtown Charleston, South Carolina. She was taken to her dressing room by a biological male in a mini skirt and a lace bralette. It is disgusting. I have no idea if that man was over 18 or under 18. It is absolutely disgusting that we're redefining what women are and allowing men into women's private spaces.
When policies prioritize feelings over safety, this is the chaos you get.
I know today that somebody that I work with is a conservative, and he's somebody who's really intelligent, and he's somebody who works in climate tech. As a super smart guy, somebody I would never have thought was conservative, and apparently he is. And it's surprising, and it's disgusting. But what's most surprising to me is the level of sudden hatred that I have for him. Sudden hatred for this man who I used to respect suddenly just went boop, and I hate him now. It's not about politics, it's about morals. And if you are not a person of morals and you are educated enough to feel better, I think I hate you. I know we still have to get through life with these people. Like, at the end of the day, I still work with this man, but I'm not gonna hate him. I'm sorry, I'm gonna now, and that's just how it is. And tolerant, take a hike, because when it comes down to morals and ethics and giving a other human beings, if you're smart enough to know better, you're educated enough to know better, you are exposed enough to other people in the world to know better, and you're still okay with electing evil, I'm not okay.
From respect to hate in 3 seconds flat, is it moral clarity or emotional whiplash?
There was I'm not going to mention her name, but there was a trans woman yesterday who loved me so much. She, I'm not going to say who, but she put hormone pills in my bag. I know that's but that shows how much someone loves you. She put hormone pills in my bag, said, I love you, just please, she said, just make sure, that was so beautiful. Just, I love you, we're in this together, So, I don't know where to take them yet, but it's sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I got when I get a base, I'm gonna talk to the doctor and be like, I've got hormones, can I have tests? Because I've got a small amount of pills that I've got given, and it's just that shows how much someone cares about you. When they're trans, they want you to be I want you to have this, I'm not going to mention their name because, I wouldn't recommend giving your medicine to other people, but it just shows the caringness that someone would actually do that for me. You get me?
When I love you comes with a side of potential medical malpractice.
Animal slaughter? Because they're eggs.
That's a really good question. So Yeah, do you have an issue with that?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be a felon, are you? That's bad, isn't it?
Did you know that Martin Luther King Jr. was a criminal, and Gandhi, and some of the most important people throughout history?
When those people weren't allowed to voice their opinions because of the colour of skin. Things have changed now.
Why can't people voice their opinions to stop animal abuse?
Because you can't get out and be naked and go on the street. That's not allowed.
Why is that not allowed?
Because it's inappropriate, and there's kids around.
And
there's
what
people
law
who don't
does it
want to see
break?
that. Public indecency.
I haven't been charged for public indecency. I've been charged for disorderly conduct and trespass.
Exactly. Going on someone else's property, you're not allowed to do that.
It's like I got arrested for streaking at a supermarket to save chickens, just like Gandhi got arrested for resisting colonial rule.
I am genderqueer, transmasc, and queer.
What's transmasc?
Transmasc is like people under the non-binary umbrella identifying or presenting masc.
Masculine?
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm trans and sexuality is unlabeled. I use he, him pronouns.
Yeah, and I use he, they pronouns.
When your identity needs a glossary and a flowchart.
I feel like, honestly, it should not be a bad thing. Like, I've talked to people who go with they and them. I'm like, well, in the grammar of things, how would you want to represent yourself? I was like, I guess it. Because it's like, you're it. You're the it. Like, it shouldn't be a bad name. It should just be owned.
From Pennywise to pronouns, it's is really having a cultural moment.
I won't change your little town. Your own children will. Your children will see us. Your children will love us. And your children will join us.
Forget winning hearts, just go straight for the kids.
What are they achieving?
Well, what they're saying is they want maximum disruption to stop the government extracting oil and gas.
Yeah, but that's cooking oil.
Finally, someone standing up to the tyranny of sunflower extract.
Overweight single mom who lives with her parents wants man who makes $5 million a year to marry her under a prenuptial agreement that he doesn't have access to the wealth in a trust that she doesn't know the rules of or how much is in it. Does that summarize it?
Yeah, but I get it. I'm overweight.
That's not the key and point. What I'm looking at is the idea versus the reality of the thing.
I think what he's just trying to say, it's a bit not realistic. $5 million a year.
And I keep saying that these are my standards right now. It can change when I meet the right man. God doesn't know what he's going to put for me.
Why would God send a man with $5 million to suffer?
Like $1 million is basically nothing right now.
What are you? $1 million
that's a lot.
An astronomical amount of money
think
for
about
basically anybody.
I'm thinking about taxes. So basically, if you buy a house, it's like the minimum in Jersey for a house right now is $500,000. If you have a mortgage, basically like $36,000 to $50,000 a month.
And that's financed over a 30-year fixed rate. So your mortgage per month is around $4,900.
And then also like grocery prices are very high now too.
For a frame of reference, this is $10,000 times 5. That's what you're actually requesting. $10,000, $1,000 bills times 5 per year. Like, that is an astronomical number.
She's got high standards, low income, and zero math skills.
This guy right here! This guy right here! Joey!
I'm sorry. Well, fall back! We stay back! Fall back! We will fall back!
Modern revolutionaries are bold enough to charge and wise enough to retreat at the first stubbed toe.
I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child. I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused. That's not the point. What I'm saying. That's really. Should we kill the kids in foster care? And why not? Why not? If that's the case. We should kill the kids in foster care that aren't wanted. Who's going to take care of them? I need to know the percentage of people who take children from foster care and abuse them and molest them, who makes them like personal slaves. You should just kill them.
Statistics before you come to me talking about pro-life.
You should kill the victims of molestation.
Yeah, so it was a case I covered this story yesterday regarding this woman, and these people that have found her social media, I don't know if it's the case that they've gone ahead with trying to prosecute her, but they have found her, and she's been going on the social media around talking about how she's the victim apparently in this situation.
It's not just absurd, it's inhumane.
Send this video to a beautiful, intelligent, trans person. Happy Trans Day of Visibility. I love you. You are so valued and wanted. You are so welcome and needed. I love you so much. Your transness is so beautiful. Thank you for being you.
I think they've got the wrong definition of beauty here.
I must be doing something right today because a man in a sporty car just swung by, opened up his window, and asked me if I had a number he could call. Apparently, he thought I was a call girl walking around just being myself, which I thanked him for the compliment and let him know I wasn't that kind of girl, but I find that pretty hilarious.
Flattered and offended simultaneously, because why not have it all?
So what makes Trump a fascist? What makes Trump a fascist?
He does things without
Yeah, talk loud. I don't have my mic on.
I'm not really good into interviews. Stuff like that.
Sorry?
He just does everything he wants, and not following laws, or he's a convicted felon. That's all I know.
What's that?
So paper gave me, yeah.
Who gave you that?
The people that gave me the sign. It's a free sign.
Oh, someone gave you the sign, and then they gave you the handout. So are you reading it now to try to answer the question?
Yeah.
So where did you get the sign?
All the way in the gatekeeper's house.
I read it on a sign once, so it must be true. Yeah, agreed.
I'm an older queer woman, I'm cisgender, and I want to really show that trans kids are loved, they're supported. There's hundreds of thousands of adults around the country who support them and love them, and I think it's really important to be here at times when politicians are trying to take away their rights without backing of science. There is no science behind the decision that has been made in Queensland. The government are playing identity politics. They're making trans kids a bigger deal than, we should be focusing on other issues around the country like housing crisis, rent affordability, the problems with Medicare being unaffordable and people not being able to, generally live their lives. Like cost of living crisis is out of control. They're trying to get people angry about an issue that should not be an issue. Trans rights are human rights and shouldn't be debated like this.
Please spare kids from this identity confusion.
People die on this hill, but if you consider yourself alternative, if you consider yourself punk, goth, whatever, if you consider yourself alternative and you are conservative, what is wrong with you? That defeats the whole purpose of being alternative if you are conservative. What is going on in the brain? How do you take something that has been historically known to never lean on the right, and then you just pick up this aesthetic, but then your views do not line up to what being alternative is? Fashion is political. So if you are an alternative individual and you consider yourself conservative, that is just extremely odd and honestly very off-putting. It defeats the purpose of the entire movement. For some people, it's not about an aesthetic. I'm not a big fan of using this word, but you're literally a poser.
You can wear fishnets or support free markets, but not both. Pick a lane, poser.
Trump's making America great again, or is he making it worse?
100% he is making it worse. There's this new thing, he's doing a DEI initiative to stop that, and I just feel like we're going backwards.
I think without DEI programs, there's no equality?
Absolutely, because DEI programs is one of the ways that a lot of people of color, just not black people, but like every other person that's not white, is able to get jobs. My school, we had a DEI program, and I benefited a lot from it.
Can you give me an example of how you benefited from it?
I benefited from it because it was a safe space for everybody to talk, because I went to a PWI, and it was a Quaker school, so it wasn't a lot of people that looked like me there.
So you needed like a safe space away from people that are not part of your skin color, I guess?
Yes, when it would get rough like that, yes.
Is that not segregation?
It's not segregation, because us as black people, we were targeted and discriminated against. So when you are a child like me who went to a white school where kids would discriminate against you, it is good to go to a group of people that look like you, and also teachers that look like you or not even like you, but they will help you, and they will go to the head of the school to try to fix these things, these microaggressions with teachers. So
Segregation is bad unless it's color-coded safe spaces, then it's therapeutic.
Like, I did have some sexy experiences with a guy, and then one of them I was just like, his body wasn't what I wanted, in a way that it was like, it'd be hard for me to respect him. Like, I need someone who cares for their body in a way that, because it's about the respect piece for me. And like, my body's not perfect, I'm not the skinniest I've ever been, and my body represents to me still a lot of self-respect.
True love starts with a BMI check.
I cheated and I'm proud, and this is my punishment. I cheated and I'm proud. Oh, the C! Girls support girls. I cheated and I'm proud.
Support women's rights, and apparently their wrongs too.
So please do support ADF International.
Thanks very much.
Why do you care? Why do I care? That's a great question.
Yes, it's not your issue. Are you trans?
So let's get you on camera here.
I don't want to be on camera, bro.
All right, well, I film on camera. Why do you think we have an issue with this? I'm just wondering what your immediate reaction is.
Trans?
Well, I don't believe in the existence of transgender children. I'd say they're just girls and boys.
Documented across cultures everywhere, internationally, historically.
What is a trans person?
Like, people don't always identify with the kind of gender that they're assigned at birth.
Okay, so what's gender?
Well, I'm
no, we can't.
Filmed, but like,
all right.
Honestly,
well, kids are being harmed.
Kids are being harmed.
Kids are being permanently harmed. Kids are being sterilized. You're free to carry on. Kids are being sterilized. Kids are having body parts cut off, all because of this lie that they were born in the wrong body.
People? Do you think people exist?
So first of all, that has nothing to do with this. But intersex is just an umbrella term for people with a variety of medical disorders. They're all male or female as well.
No, they're not.
You should go do some Googling. Go look it up.
All right, literally get a life. What a sad way to spend your life.
Yeah.
Like,
protecting kids?
Protecting kids.
Yeah.
This is clearly child abuse. How can they do this to kids?
Because I'm a woman and I've shared a lot with you, and it's never been met with any sort of understanding or empathy. It's only been met with hostility and like this weird commitment to not understanding me. And
can I just say the same thing to you?
Sure.
No empathy, no understanding.
If that's how you feel.
Okay, so
crying is one of the ways that the body processes the trauma in real time. That way we don't hold on to it.
Or is it a way to appeal to emotion to try to get people onto your side without actually having a strong foundation or position for what you're actually trying to say and argue?
That is a way that people who lack genuine empathy, that is a way that they use appeared emotion to manipulate others, but my emotion is actually genuine.
She came for empathy, but forgot the return policy on dramatic pauses.
In my day-to-day life, I don't need a man to fix my car. I'll just go to the mechanic.
She doesn't need a man to fix her car. She just needs a man who owns a wrench and charges $120 an hour. And there you have it. Remember, in a world where feelings often trump facts, at least humor still has a place. Like, share, and keep your sarcasm sharp.